God came in at a really unexpected time. I don't think we were necessarily looking for what we found at True North. Our oldest son is 5. He just sort of kept asking why we weren't going to church regularly. So hit us with the guilt trip, and we were like, oh man, we sort of need to not be lazy church shoppers. We just hadn't found a place we felt at home. He came from a different church background than I did, and it was just hard to get on the same page. So honestly, we were just sort of lazy about it. So our 5-year-old really pushed that along. He's going to church preschool and has all these adorable, beautiful questions, and he was asking the questions. So we just decided to go to True North. I stopped in. He was out of town the first time, I think. And I was like, you know what? I'll buy myself some bonus points with the kids. I'll take them to a fun environment. I'll sit for an hour. I'll get some free childcare. Honestly, it wasn't probably the best intentions at first. And when I walked in, the message just hit me in the face. And I just felt so connected. And of course, Austin wasn't there. But the whole time it was like watching a movie you want somebody else to watch and like. I was just like, I need to get him here. I need to get him here because the message was just so beautiful and the people were so warm and the coffee was so great. And I was just, really moved. I mean, God was all over me and all up in that place. So I told Austin I was going back. I told you about it.
Yeah, she gave me like all of the details, like she was recounting a full story and movie plot, and just was saying how impacted she was. And I was going through some mental health things at that point, and so to come and to see Steve, to have the first series be about mental health and just the connections between the Bible and then actual neuroscience and some of those areas, I think just really hit home for me in a place I hadn't, seen from my previous background. So, I really decided to, kind of keep giving it a chance, and it's been great.
Yeah, for me, so many times, wherever you're at in your journey, you're like, I knew I was going to. You're like, wow, that was so coincidental, until it's too coincidental. It's just God, right? It's, and that kept happening to us all the time. It was like, wow, Steve's really, getting up in my journal and speaking directly to me. Every time it felt like it was for us, and it was just God. And we both felt something that maybe we hadn't felt at other churches we've been to, because maybe they weren't the right fit or the right timing in our lives. But one thing, I think the thing that I love the most about Christ is that he is love in action, right? He is service. He is not just talking a talk. He is walking a walk. And I see that all over True North. And we've been able to really grow closer to Christ through service. We're pretty new members, but there's been so many opportunities. And he went to serve at Best Night Ever, and he came home that night, and I remember he was just like, my heart's so full. And I've just felt that so much. And we've been able to serve together through Coffee Bar, and I think that's been a great thing for us as a couple to grow closer, and also for our kids to kind of see that service in action.
Yeah, well, and then to go full circle with John Michael, who originally was, kind of guilting us to coming. Not even 3 weeks later. Well, we go to Waffle House before the 9 o'clock service. We just kind of have some family time, just because she's got a schedule that's a little bit crazy, and we know the kids are going to eat a big meal of waffles.
Sometimes it's their one full meal.
Yeah.
They'll actually eat a waffle. So
exactly. Well, so we're driving into campus right before 9 o'clock, and I'll just remember this for the rest of my life, but John Michael said, we're going to my home. And it was just, it was so moving, just to see Christ through, the eyes of kids, and to see that happening here, I think is really special.